Hey, what's up everybody? Duck here. Welcome to the stream. Let's get started. All right, we got Bitcoin here. So last night, last time we looked at this, we kind of broke out. We were breaking out here, and we basically were looking back at these highs. Okay, so what we said is we're going to sweep the high. Then, what we kind of identified is a potential. We saw a small channel developing, right? And we kind of talked about this channel, and we said, you know, that we might break out of it to the upside, which we did exactly this. We ran the channel, right? And then we broke to the upside, fake out, and then we sent it right back down, right to our square up area, which was our previous level that we were looking at, reload 61.5. We hit 61. I don't know what the low is. Let me see here. Looks like the low, let me zoom in a little bit. Looks like the low is like 61.3. Okay, so reloaded 61.6, 61.5, a little more. And as soon as we got that level, what did we talk about? We said as soon as we get the reload, it's going to be a square up. So you got a square up and you got that previous back test. So we got the SR flip, right? This previous area over here on April 10th at 61.4, which was our previous resistance, is now been back tested as support. We then got immediately bought up, and then where traders settled up, we stayed above the levels, and then not only did we backtest the first high, but look at this, we got the second high too, and both of those, look at those reactions, look at that shit. Okay, boom, bought up, engulf, not engulf, but very bullish candle, and follow through price action continuation to the upside. We're not even really wicking out of the bottom of this at all, which means this is just going up right now. I guess maybe you hit this channel initially, right? But I mean, that little baby channel isn't gonna do nothing. Maybe you also hit some kind of small local fib. Let's see. Not even, you're going to go hit the 618, 63, basically 63.5 is incoming. But ultimately from there, you're going back to the square up of this top of this candle. 64.5 is coming. So that's another that's another $1,000 move. Then from there, we're just going to sweep these highs. Okay. So we're going to sweep 64.8, which was the previous all-time high that we put in last night. But ultimately, this is just a stopping point to our eventual target, right? Just a pit stop on the way to Valhalla. So here you go. Last night, look at that, 1272. Remember we talked about this? We said that that butterfly reacts at that 1272, remember? So this is why we pulled off 30% last night. We had X, A, B high, okay, B high, C low. 1272 will be the butterfly's first hit. 1272, there it is, butterfly's first stop. You had the reaction of the butterfly created the back tests of the previous highs, bang bang. Now 1272 is done did. Next target 1414, 66,500. Okay, so as soon as we sweep this high at 65, basically we're going to go straight to 66.5. So you're going to get a $1,500 move here, and then you're going to get another $1,500 move here, and then that ain't it. We're going to get another move from there, from 65.5 to 69. So at that point, another $2,500 move. So you got some action in store. Yes, are you going to have some minor pullbacks here? Sure, whatever. It's going to be low time frame garbage noise, okay? Just trying to shake people out early. And even our top right here, it's going to be something we have to regard. Look, if you don't think this 1272, look what it did, okay? You don't think that that mattered? Wait till you see what the 1618 is going to do, right? Okay, so look at this. Wham, sold off, right? We sold up here, we sold up in this zone last night, and people questioned it like they always do. What happened? Wham, wham. That's why we do that, okay? On ETH, I reloaded 70 bag. I was more conservative on Bitcoin, only 30, because this thing is a freight train. It could have just ran, and I didn't want to have no bag, okay? But I was also going to respect the butterfly 1272 fib extension and new all-time high breakout, sweep the highs, back test previous. I mean, come on, bro. That's what we do, right? You look at it right here. We swept a high, back test previous, right? It's kind of just our thing. You have to do that to kind of, you're basically confirming to traders that the party's not over, right? It must continue. The show must go on. So the show goes on, 69, and it's not even gonna probably stop there. I mean, the meme is probably gonna hit 69,420, right? Just cause this thing could go to like 73, okay? So we're not gonna put in the absolute short there, but we're gonna take profit. Here's why. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so same thing's gonna happen here, right? We're gonna reach up get to this level, then you're going to have a reaction, okay? Just like this one, okay? You reached up, you got the level, you have the reaction. You might come this far down, okay? This reaction might be severe, like that, okay? Does it mean anything? I mean, yes and no. I mean, it's significant enough that we're going to regard it, okay? But I feel like we're still going to V-shape recovery again. And this is where we're going to go from the pattern completion zone D1618 golden mean ratio short entry target area to the optimal entry sweep the high. This is when you get that blow off 73, okay? This is where we're going to be looking for our short. This is just a take profit type of reload like we did here, right? We took profit, reload. So take it off. If you get a bounce and we see some kind of structure building again with that higher low, we could look to run it again, okay? So yeah, that's the plan. Right now we're still long and strong. Stop losses at this point could be either here, which would basically be below 60,000 pretty much at this point. You're bouncing really nice here, so as we get up to the highs and maybe sweep and back test the highs, go ahead and then bring this up to this level. But for now, let's play it safe and let's stick down here still, 59 area. It's a little wide, but we don't want some stupid wick to take us out. So this is where, you know, in order to play some kind of long-term swing trade like this, you have to have that lower leverage, guys. You just have to. If not, I can't, you know, you can't follow along the same, right? You just have to react more on your own because of the leverage you selected, okay? So next time, maybe you'll keep that in mind when the trade down here kind of is entered, or, you know, wherever we end up, you know, looking for another setup. Maybe next time a couple points less on the scale, and you just try it, you know, and see how you navigate the next setup, and see if, you know, it was smoother sailing, right? That's it. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, ETH gone, and it's gone. Okay, what did we talk about? We got this one nasty. Okay, so last night we took off 70%, and we got the back test of the level. So we took it off, back test, refill, bought up. Basically, it was all our bids down there. It just went bottom up. We acted like a wall, back tested this previous high, and it back tested basically this previous also level where, you know, we had this take profit zone, we got out, this back tested, we got back in, bought back up. This was engulfing, okay? This one was very dramatic. Bitcoin's working on this, okay? This is what I'm talking about. Bitcoin right now is sitting about right here, okay, guys? ETH is just ahead of it. So on Bitcoin, we're probably working on this indecision doji right here on Bitcoin more than anything, because we have those previous highs that we're looking to sweep, okay? So you had this indecision doji now, and then you bullish engulfed, okay? And now follow through price action. So this is what we're looking for on Bitcoin. This is where we're gonna get that $1,500 candle we just talked about. We're gonna engulf, we're gonna sweep the highs again, and I mean, price discovery, right? 6,900, I mean 69,000. It's a 1618 golden mean ratio. It's the only thing that's up there. There's nothing up there right now. Okay, so same thing on ETH. Basically, you don't have anything up there. Okay, you have a golden mean ratio, and that's it. And we hit that last night, so you don't even have that anymore. You're gone from that. You have a 2618, which is at 2,500, but it's not a golden mean ratio. It's just a, you know, it's a critical 618, but yeah. So on ETH, your best bet here is we got to look at the bigger structure. We got to back this up, and we got to check the larger 618. Okay, so we do have that marked as our 2,500 area. Okay, it was already marked as a level. Let's check it from zoom out, right? Zoom out. From high to low, And again, see that 1618 is right where that 2618 is at. So check that out on this lower structure again. Let me overlap that. You can see this area. I don't even know if I got it from the right spot there. But anyways, critical area. That's why we're thinking that that's kind of not it for ETH, but definitely gonna run into some kind of a wall there, especially because like look at ETH. It's already got a head start on Bitcoin, right? It's gonna get there first. Bitcoin or ETH is gonna get to 2,500 way before Bitcoin gets to 70. You know what I mean? So ETH is pretty much there. What do we have? What do we have? Even on a low time frame. Let's zoom in. Even here we exceeded everything. Okay. And this isn't even a XABCD because we had a see this high is almost equal like that. We wanted to see it down here. And even this 1618 was just in this zone, right? That's why we had that zone kind of layered. We fell into it twice. From here, from this local small harmonic. So we had this 1618 and this smaller 1618 all happened there. And ETH just, I mean, took its way through it. Took some profit actually down in this level early, basically just re-added at the same spot, but had to make sure, you know, this could have reversed here just as easy. This price action could have happened right here and came back down to 2150 just as easy. This is just showing you how bullish the trend is, that even these low time frame harmonics, they're getting just gobbled up, right? That's just showing strength in the trend to the upside. So 2,500 is the next stop. If Bitcoin's barely still running, and ETH might have more in the tank than that. So we're not going to short it yet. We need Bitcoin to roll over before we short ETH, because Bitcoin's just going to pull it up, just going to drag it on higher. Just keep trailing a stop, see how much you could bleed her now. Take some off at 2,500, but see how much more you could, you know, squeeze out of it. Basically, you're just playing with gains now. You're just seeing how much you can hit. You're exceeding all the fibs. So the only thing you got left is 2,500. So you might as well take a shot at that and then see what happens there. We'll see if we get some kind of swing high failure there. Okay. Litecoin. Okay, so Litecoin. So on this one, same thing. We hit the 1272 at 272. We sold off. We squared up these previous levels. Look, you probably squared that one up. I mean, you probably SR flipped back here. You kind of did it already. So this one last night was more of this local one. Okay. So anyways, let's get rid of those. You've hit the 1272. So the next stop would have been the 1414. You kind of hit that too. See, 1414. It's even a hair lower. 1414. Okay, so you basically hit the 1272 and the 1414. So I'll mark those out for you guys on the fibs, so you could see that a little more clear, what we're talking about between the yellow and the red. It's where you are right now. You're hanging out in there, and we kind of talked about that. We said you go up, you got to go up, right? You hit this first level, you back test, you get back over it. You're back over it right now, okay? So as long as you can maybe hit this, maybe you sell off just a little bit again, but eventually you find your way up. And that is pretty much 305-ish. Yeah, it's a little higher. Let's go down. I'm gonna say, yeah, basically that 300. So we should see Litecoin at 300 if Bitcoin keeps doing what it's doing. We're gonna see Litecoin at 300. Next, this is banned. We have a request for banned from Lambo King. Thank you, sir, by the way, appreciate you. Okay, so what's going on here? Looks like we've kind of just been throwing we haven't checked on this in a little bit here. Looks like we had this previous kind of harmonic action where we had an X, A, B, C 886, D kind of 886 right here. It's even like this, right? It's kind of, you basically had kind of a double bottom at this kind of completion zone of what would basically have been a Gartley type of bat again type situation, more bat in this case. So okay, so what did we do there? Not only did we have a bullish harmonic, we also had a double bottom, and on this second bottom on March 25th, it was a higher low than the previous double bottom on February 28th, right? So you had a higher low here at the kind of completion area. You also have a measured move. We've hit the measured move, okay? So now that we've hit the measured move, let's fib twice. We're gonna go from the C high to the D low, and we're gonna fib again from the A high to the D low, and this is gonna just give us some overlapping fib areas, okay? So we've already hit this take profit 1, so let's clean that up, right? Sorry, let's clean that up. I just don't want too much overlap. Deleted this fib here from the A high to the D low here. Okay, so what are we looking at next? We got to sweep these highs, and then it looks like this area right here where we have the 1272 and the 1414. That's going to be a definite area of interest. Okay, so let's mark this level, and then the next level will be up here where these 1618s are. Okay, so we'll mark these two levels. Now that we got the levels marked, let's clear it up and let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so this is target areas from here. So next area, we already had this identified, is $23. Band is currently at 17. Somebody targeting trade on band to 23 could have a stop at 3-to-1 and be about almost using that previous neckline, you know what I mean? Just about. So next take profit target area would be those 1618s, and that's where you definitely have a 3-to-1 using the previous neckline as your kind of stop area, as protection for your stop more than anything. You could have layered in anywhere in this area, really. Okay, so probably what else happened here is, look, so let's take a look at the oscillators real quick. So what we want to see is on these, from this previous low to this, we want to see definitely some higher low stuff happening. Sorry, this should have been on the daily. We're doing Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Okay, here we go. Band on the daily. This is where we were looking at these oscillators. All right, let's zoom in. Here we go. Okay, so here's this harmonic. Let's check it out. And basically, this is what we were looking for. Okay, so we had this big negative island, negative momentum island here, right? And then we were able to, that's his first low. And then where the second low was, see the bears were not able to push the negative momentum down lower than that previous level. So that's where you had that higher low, and you had lower levels of negative momentum. So that's where you got your at a completion zone of a harmonic, and you had a Bulkowski double bottom. So you got the measured move. Now you hit that. Now the measured move is done. So now you're just working on the harmonic. Okay, so now that we put in this initial low, okay, so since then we've proceeded to put in a higher low, okay, kind of back tested that previous neckline. You could even raise that up a little if you want. Okay, so what we were looking for next is just basically this, as traders yeah, they haven't even been able to sell this off yet. So potentially here, there is a chance you still could sell off on this one more time. It's not outside the possibilities here, okay? This is still shitcoin. So if we sold off, ideally what would happen is we get this one, okay? And that's where we'll see this on some of these other assets. It actually did it, okay? And that's where you get the hidden bullish divergence. So a lot of times what we're looking for is on the initial, you either get bullish divergence or bullish convergence. Then we sell up, we put in the higher low. On the higher low, we look for the hidden bull, okay? So that's kind of what I was looking for. You did it on the RSI, look. So the RSI right here. So you see how you had this low in price and then this higher low in price? No, you didn't. Sorry, I'm confusing you guys here. This is just convergence again. I'll show you a better example. But that's what I like to see for continuation. You could continue without it, but it's definitely good on that. Same thing on dot, didn't get it either. We'll find it. I'll show you guys the example. This guy dot, same. Okay, so here's his previous neckline. We once, twice, third time, breakout, back test, consolidate above the neckline. Now we kind of engulfed, indecision doji. This candle just started, and this should be bullish, if not sideways and then bullish. But this is good price action off of that neckline, right? We got the breakout, the back test, and the engulfing of all that previous price action over the previous, like, basically day, right? This engulfing candle, here's what you want to see. Okay, so not only that, but same thing, right? Similar story. We put in a higher low, and this higher low is up here, right? So higher low in price, Bukowski double bottom. Now we have our measured move. So from here, we'll take a measured move. We'll do the higher low, so it's more conservative. Okay, so we're gonna take this measured move, and we're gonna clone it. We'll bring it up here, and this is gonna be our target for dot. Next level of interest is going to be $52 and like 50 cents, 52.50 area. Okay, so let's see also if that lines up with overhead fibs. Let's see if we could get some coinciding variables here. Okay, look at that, 1618 at that 52 area. So let's bring the target down and let's front run it, and we'd be front running both the 1618 and the measured move. Make sure we get our fill. Okay, so we'll get rid of the fib, and there you go. We don't really like to paint a harmonic on this one. Again, why? Because this had this equal low almost, watch. See how this is, it's almost equal. It's slightly higher. So like, and you needed 886 here. Like, okay, so you wanted it just like there. It's not bad. And then this would be your 1618. Okay, it's not bad. So, all right, similar story here kind of across the board, guys, is we got a lot of patterns not at that level yet, but you know, Bitcoin's approaching it. Ethereum doesn't have it, but Bitcoin's approaching a harmonic area. Litecoin, some of these other altcoins, you see it here on DOT. We're there on Ethereum Classic. We're about to be there on Bitcoin Cash. So like, again, we gotta just be aware that that's not gonna be the exact top per se, but the top's around the corner. I mean, I'm seeing some stupid shit coming out, like just going across my Twitter feed. Just everyone's in crypto right now, like everybody. It's time for a rug. I hate to say it, but this is what rugs are for. Next we have YFI. Okay, here we go. So look at this back test, guys. Watch that shit. Okay, there's that back test. Okay, so we break out again. We have this higher low here, right? So higher low, higher low, higher low. Again, even another higher low is happening, right? Okay, so we went up, tweezer double top, sold off, back tested the previous high, reset the oscillators, and now we just followed through price action. We've gotten all the way back to the square up level, and now we're working on sweeping it. We're going to end up in this box here shortly, which is now we're going after these highs. Okay, so as you can see, this high swept that box. If we hit the top of this zone, that's going to sweep that high. Okay, so what do we have going on here? Again, we have a Bukowski double bottom, depending on how bullish the asset. Okay, some of these laggers I'm measuring conservatively. Okay, some of these ones that are performing, we could go ahead and take this a little more aggressively, and you can see right there where trader settled up, that was the measured move. Okay, so the measured move has been hit. The back test of the previous high has been, local high has been hit. Back test, break, break, hook, Now we're going. This candle is working on price action continuation to the upside. Next area of interest, 50,000, 50,000, 53,000. We're currently at 48, okay? So what is that 58 area? Of course, we said it's a square up there. It's also, you know, we want to sweep that highs, but basically our next area, we're above the 786. So likely you're going to hit the 886 next. That's 50K. You'll get that. Maybe you back test the 786 a little bit, whatever. But then you go sweep the highs. From there, we shoot to these targets. 1272, 60K, 1414, 635, 1618, 687. Okay? So we're looking for these next. That's really where we're gonna take profit orders up there. Okay, that's really what we're after. So let's take a look at this again. This one, you see you have this discernible higher low. See them other ones, this low was much tighter to this low on February 28th, Duck's birthday. But March 24th, the higher low was significantly higher low here and obvious. This is going to paint a beautiful butterfly. Tweezer double bottom, higher low, 1618 golden mean ratio. Right there. Bring it in, get rid of it. Other ones are layer out areas, potential areas to layer out, whatever you want to do. Okay. All right. So there you go. YFI. This thing's gonna send here. I would imagine at some point when you break that high, you're gonna send at some point here. Yeah, you're knocking on the door for some engulfing action here. And you have not hit a breakout yet. See, the high's still in here. Bitcoin's already hit the high. Remember, we swept it already. So this is still even lagging on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up here, kind of back testing this level, aiming for here. So Wi-Fi still has some work to do, but you still got some room in the tank, even from where you are here. Stop below the previous lows, target the highs, right? 2.5 to 1 on a snap entry from here. Anything better is just only gravy, and 2.5 to 1 is sometimes gravy for people, right? We like better than that, but we are better than that because we're in down here. So this is just updates, okay? We don't like to ape at the middle of the range, right? We've talked about that. I'm just pointing it out. So if I were a range and the high was the range, you see how we'd be aping at the midpoint of the range. We don't like to buy midpoints of ranges. We like to buy low risk, high reward, or shorting top with low risk, because easy validation, high reward, right? So big range, midpoint of the range. At least you're holding it, and look how nice this range was. The way I painted that, look where this trader settled up right at that range. Okay, so the fact that you put it in from this bottom like this, and it's respective of it like that, and you have a 1618 that could be potentially where that extension happened. You see how if I would have sorry, let me fix that for you guys. Okay, so you see how if I would have stopped the midpoint at a different area, the top would have obviously been at a different area, right? Like if we targeted the 1272 top of range, you see how the midpoint was not as, yeah, it was kind of clear there, but you'd almost be lower in that case, and you'd be trying to use this, you know what I mean? But you see where we went for our 1618, you see how the midpoint really reacted correctly. That just kind of confirms that we're using the correct anchor points. So you use that kind of stuff for confluence. But I mean, aside from that, that's just a simple parallel channel. It doesn't have a lot of weight. It's just more of an added variable to what we're already looking at, okay? YFI, 60K incoming. Dash, we have hit target 1, 2 locally, and are now kind of just stagnant there. But look, that's why we take profit there. We hit that and then came right down. You see that? Not a penny more. That was it. I'm pretty sure it was a critical fib level. Looks like a 786 or an 886. Yeah, we hit the 886. That was it. C'est la vie. So if and when you could now find Okay, so that was 1, right? Here's our rule of 3. 1, we've got 2. So now what you need to do is you need to refuel the tank here. You need to kind of, even, you can refuel by chopping sideways, but likely you chop down a little bit. But then if you could get this again and sweep it, you'll go. And that's where we find target number 3 at 380 on Dash. But we got some work to do, okay? So we gotta sweep this previous high. And you're probably gonna, well, I don't know. Yeah, you didn't really square up here yet. So it seems like you'll get that square up on the sweep, which tells us that its probability is decently high of getting that sweep, because those exchanges don't like to revert this price without that square up. And by revert the price, I mean completely flip the trend, right? So ideally they want to get that square up in. They'll come up here, make a new high, sell off, square that up again, and then they'll dump it, right? So I don't think the exchanges are done letting this happen either. Chainlink sent it, boom, target hit. Look at that. And now ideally we backtest either the target or we backtest the previous high, okay? So by backtesting the previous high, we'd be doing this, all right? So that would not be that big of a deal for us to sell back off down here. Reload, kind of maybe square up, and then go to target 2, okay? Target 2, $45, $46, but we hit target 1, $40. You got as high as $42 on Link. Okay, so what was that? That was obviously, again, some kind of critical fib level. Probably the 1272, right? The beginning of the butterfly, let's see. Yeah, 1272, right where traders closed, and no more, right? So our target just simply was front running it because we want to make sure we get filled. But simply what we did is we hit the butterfly, X, A, B, C. What happens when we hit the butterfly? We proceed to sell off. What did we do on Bitcoin when we hit the butterfly? We proceed to sell off. We backtest the previous all-time high, right? We hit the butterfly, 172. We sell off to the X. We reload, and then we go to the 1414, 1618. Okay? So Link update. Okay, let's see what you got here. Ethereum Classic. Okay, so what I mean, guys, we're approaching critical levels. This was probably stopped at the 1414. 1414 is where traders settled up and no more. Okay, that's it. 1414 action. You got it. You got a little more than it, but that's just the liquidations happening, cascading liquidations to the upside, price melting upwards. Okay. What was this critical fib level? Like we just said, 1414 and no more. It's going to be red. There it is, red, 1414. Okay, let me delete that. Let me delete this as well. Looks like you're selling off from the 1414. Ideally, you backtest 1272, and then you run again, and you hit the ultimate high, 1618, $23 on ETH Classic. Okay, here we go. Maker. Okay, here's what happened on Maker. We ran up, we hit the range high, we sold off. Okay, we didn't completely backtest it, but I'm gonna say we backtested something significant enough. Okay, so let's see what happened here. It's kind of a weird place to fib. We have this probably swing low to high. You backtested a 382. But if you take this more local, looks like you kind of got the almost 1618. So it was just too bullish. You're butting up against the top of the range high. Again, we got to watch out here. We kind of said this, right? We talked about Maker last at the midpoint, and we said, look, we need to hold this midpoint or we're going to go to the low. If we hold, we're going to go to the high. If we hit the high, there's a chance, 1, 2, this could be rule of 3 here. This is where we could get the extension into breakout country. If Bitcoin stays bullish, we could see Maker at the 1272 here, $3,400. Okay, that means Maker would just absolutely just rocket here. Look at this, guys. Yeah, I mean we're right at that area that we painted, and we're above it, so That's what you want to see here. If you can get it, 34.64, front run 34, just chalk it up, 33.88 or something, you know what I mean? Layer out, get yours and get out. This is looking good here, especially if you could hold this range high and go. We like that break hook and go, right? What do we got here? This is our CHR guy. Okay guys, CHR. Let's get this update. Let's take it in. Let's bring it in. 4 hour. What's been happening since we've been on the stream? We're running. Hopefully you guys are in the green. Sorry sometimes as we jump in. Look, we jumped in and we did this, okay? That's what we caused. And then the exchange wanted to square that up, but it seemed like it also wanted to square up this. It wasn't quite done. So we might have got in a little early. It happens. This is why we use low leverage. We're signaling a completion zone, right? A target area, a higher low. We're doing something like that, and until that is invalidated, nothing's really changed, okay guys? So let's check this out. Let's put some paint over here. So here was our initial bottom, right? So we had this impulse up. We put in this bottom. From this bottom, we then proceeded to put in this slightly higher low here, okay? This is what we want to see. And now from here, we've put in a slightly higher low, okay? So nothing's even wrong here, okay? If people are freaking out, I don't understand. I don't know why. Okay, so what else kind of happened maybe here? It looks like we had a potential area here where we had this X, A, B, C, D pattern, okay? Cipher-esque, cipher, where you have a higher high, 786 on the low, okay? So you have a cipher there. You then have a double bottom, Bulkowski double bottom, painting a neckline, okay? The neckline, you have two of them, kind of. You have this little smaller local one that we got to work on locally, okay? You got the structure twice. See the low, the higher low with its neckline, and then you have the low with the low, smaller higher low with its neckline, okay? So we need another neckline here. So this larger structure's neckline is more like this, right? It's even more here. Yes, okay. So these are the areas we got to get through. And if we do, it's on, okay? What else is happening here? Looks like we have another harmonic happening. X, A, coinciding ciphers, B, C, 786, 786, 886, coinciding ciphers, coinciding Bulkowski double bottoms, higher low consecutively. We got a rising of the trend line, okay? We got a parabolic action about to happen, okay? Yeah, this is gonna get sent. I'm gonna send it myself, personally. All right. Here we go, guys. It's go time. This is what we do. This is what we look for. Not only are we working on this, okay? But we might be working on some craziness, okay? Let's keep going here. All right, let's keep painting. Let's see how much paint we could get on this. See how much you guys could follow along. So we have like coinciding ciphers into a potential, what looks like maybe even a Gartley. 618, 786, 786. Oh God. Gartley, higher low. Load it up, boys. Back up the truck. All right. Keep laying it on thick. Keep laying it on thick. Next. X. A. B. C. 12721618. There's target 1. 1414. Let's start to distribute the paint. Let's go here and here. Okay, so you guys can see what the hell is going on here. This is gonna get artsy. Okay, Let's give you another one here. I don't like this one. Let's go a little green and dark. Okay, guys, and now are you following along? So we have low time frame, hit this, back test this high. Okay, so here's locally. Here's what we're working on. We're gonna get above this first level, we're gonna back test it. We're gonna get above the second level, we're gonna back test it. We're gonna run this local high where the X on the blue or on the purple one is, and we're gonna hit the 1414. From there, we're probably gonna back test the X high. We're gonna run this, back test, run it. Trend is gonna be up. We're gonna run a channel here, okay? So let's paint ourselves some kind of channel and let's attempt to stay within the channel, okay? So from there, we're gonna go, oof, maybe. This might be too dramatic. X, A. Nope, we're live. Oh yeah. All right, boys, we're live. Let's get it. Let's get it. We're going 6 figures here. If this gets sent like the dog, all right, let's get conservative. Let's not get greedy. 1272. Let's get it. 1272. If Bitcoin goes up and then goes sideways, this is gonna get fucking insane. 90 cents, 1618, $1. All right, I'm taking it. Fuck it, we're going to $1. 99 cents, boys. Boom, 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 boom. These are just kind of milestones on our road trip to the moon. Let's see here. Let's get one more color in here. I don't know what you want. Pink. All right. There we go. I don't even know where you are in that, but I don't really care. Just don't lose 30 cents. Stop below 30 cents. Stop is 30 cents. Target is for us, fortunately, the moon. For bears, unfortunately. Yeah, $1. Send this fucker to $1. If you send this to $1, we'll talk about some crazy shit when we get there. So let's slow down. Let's slow down. All right, let's move along. Get too worked up. See, that's how you FOMO, guys. That's how you FOMO. You don't FOMO on this shit. You FOMO right here on the Gartley bottom, okay? You see what's happening here? What is this, Reef? Yeah, who sold Reef early? Neck. All right. Here we go. Where are we? What's happening here? High to low. We're in the golden zone. Golden zone has been entered, breached the previous local highs. Golden zone is entered. Now we're gonna aim to. Okay, so look, target 1 was right there. C, hit it. Target 2, locally. A, after it next. Reef 0.045. From there, we're going up top. Okay. Again, we're going up top. X, A, B, higher low, confirmed. 1272, sweep it all. Give me it. Reef, see at 0.066. Sorry guys. For some reason, I don't know why this mouse doesn't like to click. Okay, there you go. Stop at this point should be raised to this level here. Previous lows, we've now held that. You see how okay, we go down, we put in the low, we confirm it with some kind of swing low failure pattern, put in the higher low, price action runs away from it, we're now above it. That's when we move the stop. Okay, looking good. Still got room to run. Okay guys, bullish, we're engulfing right now. We're breaking out anyway, so keep it up. Too many apes, not enough bananas, like my friend Dime says. All right, what do you got here? AVAX, same story. We just painted it. We just said higher lows, right? Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. We're breaking out, back testing. You got the break hook. It's like 1, 2, here's 3. That's it. We are now approaching and have to be into the golden zone at this point. Again, guys, look, let me just fib this right. Bad example. I'll just paint it. The golden zone is between the 382 and the 1618. Okay, so all I'm looking at over here is this yellow 382 up to this teal 618. Okay, so that is right here. So yes, you are in the golden zone, which is this smaller measured move. Okay, this larger measured move, that's the target, is from the structure. Okay, so you're gonna get into the golden zone and then out of it and hit the target of the structure as the next rest stop. Pull over, take a piss, reset. Okay, ultimately butterfly, X, whatever you want to call this, A, B, higher low, confirmed, C, 1272, moon. Okay, and this isn't even moon. Moon's really up here at the 1618. We know this, right? But we got to take it one step at a time. 1618 is right there. So the moon is really right there. We're just talking about the conservative sweep of the previous highs. Okay, we got to sweep the highs first. If we can't sweep the highs, we'll put the highs in white. If we can't sweep the high in white, we can't get to the moon. Okay, but if you could sweep the high and hold the high, you get the 1272, you get the 1414, you get the 1618. You're in butterfly land. That's it. AAVE. There was the X last time we checked it. That's the X we drew. We said third time's a charm. 1, 2, hit the X, we break it. What did we do? Look at that shit. Look at that candle in the past 4 hours before we got on the stream. Look at this. Boom. That's a warp. That means it's time to warp. Look at over the past price action. You see anything that looks like that? No, that thing is significant. And it's significant because of how it engulfed the whole structure here. Some of these are only engulfing this smaller couple. This thing took the whole thing out in one shot. Bam. So that is beautiful candlestick. Okay. Next thing we wanted to see is that it's happening at these higher lows, consecutive higher lows. Okay. So your Bukowski pattern keeps putting in and confirming its rules. Okay. These double bottom, slightly higher low on the right, okay, slightly higher low on the right, continuous double bottoms, neckline, overhead resistance, neckline breached. We got a shooting star, maybe we backtest this, hold it. There's so much, this SR flip right now, there was so heavy resistance here that now that you're through it, that has to act as really heavy support now, okay? It's typically like that. Be like that, okay? All right, next targets. Same thing, butterfly land on a way to moon. X high, A low, B 618. There it is. 786, 886. There's your 886 area. Sweep the high 1272 is target 2. 1272, 3, 1414, 4, moon 1618. Okay. There you go. AAVE, as long as this holds above this neckline, you can now start to slowly trail this stop up, maybe here, but you're starting to work your way into profit, okay? Cosmos, Jesus. Okay, see what happens when you break, guys? Okay, AA, whatever we just looked at, is basically like right, maybe even right here. So you get a back test. Even if you fall below, it doesn't matter. It's about the follow through. It doesn't matter if you fall and square something up, okay? Just a quick square up. This line really isn't a line per se. It's just, it is but it isn't, okay? It's not like an end all be all. If you go below it, it's not going to zero, okay? It's about the follow through, okay? Follow through. If you zoom out a bit higher time frame, I bet you don't even really notice that. Probably just looks like a little wick. Okay, so look, massive, again, massive engulfing candle. And now we got a shooting star, but it's still painting. It's not even done yet. It's 3 hours left in that candle. That thing could be, this could be three white soldiers and just have three bullish candles really engulfing. Look, you swept the highs. You've already swept the highs, okay? So alert, alert, alert. Cosmos, ATOM has swept the local high. Highs have been swept. Next target, 1272, butterfly. X, A, B, C, D, 1272. We're approaching the 1272. Alert, alert. 1272 is basically $30. You're going to have some reaction to 30. Makes sense. Every time, what do? We hit the 1272, $30 psychological, we back test, okay? We hit the 1272, we back test previous highs, then we could run again. Once we run again, that's when we get 1414, 1618, right? So, sorry, there's your back test. Then you got 1414 right here, and then you got 1618 up here. Ultimately, we should see $33 for Cosmos, which has been our plan all along, hasn't it? Imagine fucking that. Inch. How many of you holding onto the inch? Okay, engulfed. 1, 2, 3. Broke it. Back test. Engulf. Higher low. Higher low. Higher low. Higher low. We're holding. Let's go for it. Sweep the high. Target 1's been hit. Let's get rid of you. Next, butterfly. We'll bring this down to the 1272. Be a little conservative. Let's sweep it all. 1272. Next area of interest for inch. And we'll remember 1272s are reactionary, right? So let's pull a little bit off right there. Okay. Let's pull a little bit off, see what happens, reevaluate. That'll be $7.23 on inch. Currently, your stop loss can either be here, which is below the previous neckline, or as this starts running up, you could bring it up to this higher low. So $5.20. You don't want to see price below that, really. Targeting 7.23 inch. Doge hit the moon. Yeah, I don't know. It's gone. You don't buy stuff like this now, okay? What you do is you let it reset and you let it readjust, okay? This has to paint some structure here, okay? You don't even know if it's done yet, okay? What if this is a low, okay? And then you end up painting a slightly higher low and you end up putting in a potential neckline up here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe this was it, and you get a little bit of reaction here. You get a neckline, right? And then you end up butterflying off of this thing. And you sweep it again. X, A, B, C, D, Doge, 1272. Sweep it again, right? So like this thing could not be over 1618. What you need to do is you need to have price start closing back below levels, failing, right? Right now you're going for it again. So I don't know, this is kind of in no man's land at this point. Look, we just identified other assets that have not taken off yet. Why are you playing with fire when, look, see, where's CHR? It's like right here. See this engulfing one on Dodge? We're like at the bottom of that on CHR. So why are you buying this shit? Okay, please don't. It's fun sometimes, okay, but we have to understand when it's fun. It's fun down here, okay, when nobody wants it. I posted some shit on Twitter. People post, no way. Somebody posted even this morning, oh, when you posted that, I thought there's no chance. And then look, we were wrong again. So when people are saying, oh, no way, on the post, that's when we buy, okay? We're doing the opposite of that. Right now, everyone's buying. Did you hear Portney this morning crying about Doge, gonna sell his house for Doge or some shit? He's like, oh, I'm gonna buy Doge on Blockfolio right now. Well, congratulations, Portney. You're buying right there again. Why do you do this to yourself? Jesus Christ. All right, Bitcoin Cash. Approaching 1272 is at the 2. So we're approaching the 1272 on Bitcoin Cash. This is why we marked that level, okay? Let's just bring it, I'll bring it over. Okay, so look, you're right there. You're just chopping around, and you're above the previous high. So as long as you hold above this previous high over here, you're going to that 1272. If things continue, you are going to end up at this 1618. That's $1,000. Okay, we are probably going to short Bitcoin Cash at $1,000. I mean, I'll probably short Bitcoin Cash at $1,000 for the rest of my life every time it gets there, just because it's trash. So the fact that we're getting such an optimal entry here, don't over leverage, don't be greedy, please. Don't enter here and then get liquidated right here, please God. Okay, don't do that kind of stuff. Like, allow some room to breathe. Just put more orders there. There's no way you should be 30xing where you're getting liquidated to there. Okay, look where you're aiming. You're aiming like way down here. Okay, so please, I don't know how bad we're gonna take this, but this might be bad. I mean, at least here, but like, I'm talking like here. So please don't get stopped out right there. Let's let her breathe. Let her breathe. Okay. Look at a stop could be on that. Anyways, it's irrelevant right now. We got to get there first. All I'm saying is I am definitely taking advantage of that opportunity if given. Theta lagging. Looks like we engulfed though. As soon as we post theta was lagging. Boom. Anyone that bought that on that message is in profit right now. Okay, so theta, what did we want to see here? Continuous higher lows, right? Did we get it? It appears that way to me, right? So I mean, you could say this is just one big low here, right, as well. Kind of like this. So you could just say that was just one big low, but this is a higher low. All right, that's all that matters. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Looks like we have some kind of downsloping, I don't know, maybe even paint this more locally, make it a little cleaner, a little tighter, maybe something like this. Maybe you're breaking out. Either way, that's kind of irrelevant. All we need to do is get back above this neckline, hold it. If we do, we know the rules, or we know how this story goes, right? 1272. So theta, X high, A low, B partial, 786 on the C low, 1272 right here. Okay, 1272 area would be like this, and this is probably some kind of measured move there, it appears. Let's take this low and bring it up here and see what we got. And a little higher. So you could take a little off on the measured move. That's still going to sweep the high. Either way, you're looking to sweep the high. Okay, here's a previous high. Layer all the way above it to the 127, from the previous high to the 1272. Just layer in this box. Help if I gave you a box, right? So I would layer out right there, just spread orders in there, because you have so many things happening. You have a measured move and you have a 1272. And think about this, by the time you get there, look how far down you are. By the time you get there, that's a long way to go. You know what I mean? You're gonna see some pullback a little bit, and then you go again, right? So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to zero when it gets there. I'm just saying you're a long ways away. You gotta reset a little bit, right? You gotta take a breath. Cardano. Okay, guys. All right, this is pretty significant here. We marked this off last time, right? We said, look, we got 3 highs here. If we can break this, it could be send, right? So we almost got it last night, but then Bitcoin sold off. Always crashes that party. But look, all you did was backtest the previous highs. So again, was it that crazy what happened? Last night, this morning? No, really not. Okay. All that's happening is you had this initial rise in the trend. The trend is continuing to get vertical, okay? The trend here is getting more and more vertical, and the rising of the trend is continuing, okay? So the parabola is in effect. On Cardano. I had to look at the asset. on Cardano would be something like this. Okay, so if we're gonna go parabolic, we already are basically doing it. We're about to go into discovery again. We don't like this equal high here. It's the only thing messing with us. Gosh, see how equal that was? We do not like that, but you're still gonna hit this 1272. It's irrelevant because the reason is because Fibonacci, not because of harmonic. Okay, so Fibonacci is going to give you 1272. Harmonic would give you the reversal pattern, but the fibs are giving you the targets, right? So 1272 at 1618 price. Come on, bro. Okay, that's got to be a 1618. Give me a 1618. Oh no, I was hoping maybe one more shot. One more shot. Do it. Do it. Nope. 2618 at 1618. We're close. I like when that shit happens. It just locks it in. Remember, like the Litecoin, 1272 at 272. Well, guess what? We hit that, right? So we like to see those weird things. It's like when I don't know, like when Reef is painting a shark, right? Like a reef shark. Stuff like that. Tesla, we're just kind of recapping what we looked at last night. Okay, so we said we broke the neckline. We're looking for a backtest, break hook. We got the 2 backtesting candles today. Maybe we can get a little more, fill this gap. You would look for a long on the neckline on Tesla, and we're going for 1272 if we get it. Microsoft, we said short potential here because look at this and what's happening here. Look what happened today on Microsoft after our paint has dried all over the board here. Okay, we hit the 1618 golden mean ratio on Microsoft and started to sell off. That's it. Look at this bearish divergence on the RSI here was not looking good at the 1618, selling off Microsoft. End phase energy, we got the 3rd higher low. We're proceeding to put in a trend line of rising of the trends here. If we hold this, you're going to continue. If you break out, look for a basically rising up in price here. Break out at the 70% completion of the pattern. Hook back to its previous highs and go. Eventually we hit this square up area about right there. $200. Back to 200. Currently 150. Expect that at 200 here in a matter of, I don't know, give it a week or two. I'll give you an update. Same thing here, Planeter Tech. We were same thing. We're just looking for consecutive higher lows here. We're still painting, but we're so far looking good. We're basically just kind of back testing this trend line. You could even create another one as we're again getting more vertical, right, in the trend. So eventually we go parabolic and stuff like that, right? So that's your kind of, think of like a Fibonacci spiral too, right? So square ups up here, square up at this target, see inside, which is the top of the golden mean ratio, 1618. Yeah, this is full send still. MicroStrategy back tested the neckline. Look at that, boys. So when we last checked on MicroStrategy, you didn't have these 2 candles today. All you had was the engulfing from the neckline, follow through. You were higher when that candle opened, but then you bearishly engulfed just to get yourself back to the neckline. Neckline back test checked, but it wasn't even supposed to be a check. It was just supposed to be a back test of the neckline, but it's check, done, complete. Next step is start running these highs. So look, you also squared up. See this square up here from to February 22nd at 874. You squared up, filled the gap, came back down, hit the neckline. You probably square up in the morning real quick, drop slightly under the neckline at the open, square up right there at 715, and then you run. Back test previous areas, run again, back test previous areas, run again. 886 would be that level we have marked. We have to invalidate the bat before we can create a butterfly. Okay, so the bat is at the 886. X A, B, C, 886 is right here. So 886 needs to be first invalidated and engulfed. If so, we get to 1272 and we go butterfly, okay? MicroStrategy. AMD putting in those higher lows. We back tested into the pocket of the higher low. Last night when we checked this, we had these green ones. All we did was put in a double bottom, confirming this this low is in, hopefully. And now we can start to run. Again, 886, let's confirm and invalidate. First invalidate the bat, then we can confirm the butterfly. Qualcomm, last time we looked at this, we were not at the neckline. We said, let's take this neckline trade. You have filled. You back tested, not really anything. You're just back testing that neckline. Yeah, you're a little below it, but whatever. The clock just ends on these guys, right? They didn't have time to get back. Give them the morning, let them wake up. They'll get back above this. If they can, confirmation on your long, take a long, fill the gap. Gap fill, 161, call it 160. Probably critical fib level, 786, 886 type of thing, okay? So front run it all. Front run even the 786. Just get you some. Get yours, right? 157, 155. Current price 134. Qualcomm. FedEx, look at that. What did we say? Dump it. 886. Bearish bat. We had divergence. Dumping. Selling off. FedEx. Boeing, we're looking for higher lows. We're looking for put in a slightly higher low here. So we do not want to see price fall below 245. As long as price holds above 245 on Boeing, you are good for a go to 272. 252, go to 272. In Sego. Okay, let's see if we're losing it here. This might not be the best sign of things. The reason this was okay is because you have such a tight stop here. You know what I mean? Say this is a slightly lower low than here, whatever, as long as you don't lose this one, okay? If you lose 850, abort, okay? But if you can just hold here, I mean, look how tight your stop can be, right? If you didn't get into this yet, say you get in the morning at the open, I mean, your stop can be extremely tight, okay? And your targets are massive at that point, So 10 to 1, 11 to 1 R's, okay? Fill the gap. Gap fill $13, $14. Second gap fill $16.50 in Ciego group. But you must hold 850. C3.ai, we talked about this one last night. We said double bottom. We said if this holds, again, take it. You got your follow through price this morning where you are, you jumped here, but you created a gap. So can you come down, fill this gap, and then run again? Sure. As long as you don't lose this bottom, as long as you don't lose these lows, okay? Just don't lose the lows. But again, same thing. You got a nice, you're selling off here, so this is good for you. This means that you can get filled on a limit order at the lows with a tight stop here. You could maybe even get a gap fill here. If you get that gap fill and you go to the other gap fill, that's 6 to 1 R. We're only looking for 3 to 1. You're getting 6 to 1 on your R's. Bitcoin just kind of doing its thing. Yeah. Let's just see what happens here, guys. We just need continuation. Band running up. Dot. Wi-Fi sending it. Full send. Dash hanging out. Chainlink. Makers breaking out. CHR is sending it. This thing's up 4% on the day. So, all right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. See you guys in the chat. And yeah, duck out for the night. Just keep them gains coming in. Love to see it.